Boys and girls, today we are talking about UFC 6. This video is going to be divided into 3 sections as well with a bonus section at the end. So stay till the end if you genuinely want to know everything about UFC 6, what it needs, etc. But before we even get into this video, go join that Discord, hit that subscribe button below, hit that thumbs up, comment below what UFC 6 needs, and also follow all the socials. Everything is in the description of this video. Boys and girls, this is how UFC 6 is going to be laid out. Section 1 will be what UFC 6 needs. I'll be discussing everything that UFC 6 needs to be the next Ultimate game and to completely wipe out the last 2 installments as if they never existed. Section 2 is going to be about what UFC 5 does wrong, and I am very sure a lot of us will have an opinion on that one. Section 3 is like a bonus one. It's going to be about what would be additional for UFC 6 to bring the old players back, as the player count of the game has dropped. And then right at the end of the video, I'm going to react to some of the fan-made custom game covers I can find for UFC 6 that I've also used in my own clips as well, and promote them, and we're going to react to them and just see what we think about all of the covers. Now, before we even get started, the honorable mention of this entire video, what UFC 6 needs is a gameplay jump. Now, you guys are wondering, what is a gameplay jump? A gameplay jump is basically where you compare 2 games that have come out previously near each other and are genuinely so different, you can just tell the company has put the effort in. The problem with UFC's industry within gaming right now is that the view count for UFC is going up, but the game count is going down. They're all different apart from 2, 4, and 5. It was actually so bad, the similarities, it was like they didn't even start a new game. People started calling UFC 5 UFC 4.5, as if it was an updated version for next gen, which probably is the case, but they never stated that exactly. Now, number 1 on what UFC 6 needs. UFC 6 needs online ranked weight selections. Oh my god, why are we being forced to play our own ranked weight class? Like, why am I forced to play flyweight women's if I don't want to play it? If you look here on ranked, guys, I can't pick my weight class. It says featherweight, flyweight, middleweight. If I look for an opponent, it will pick one of them weight classes for me. And I can guarantee you, I get more flyweight classes out of that than I do the men's middleweight and featherweight. Number 2, online stats. I've been saying this since UFC 4. UFC 3 had an online stats. It actually showed your player stats, takedown defense, knockdown ratio, wins, losses, favorite character. Why wouldn't you want to know your own stats? That's just sick. Can we get that back, please, now? Number 3, better ranking system. Oh my god, and by that I mean points. So when you load into a UFC game on ranked, if you select a low grade fighter, it says at the top, losing as a low grade fighter will make you lose less points. So why is it when I win, you give me 6 points to go up in my rating, and then if I lose with Michael Johnson, who's a 3-star, I lose 33 points? You're asking me to be bad to punish me. That makes no sense. Number 4, and this is very, very well needed, crossplay. How we haven't had a crossplay UFC game. PC don't have UFC. PlayStation and Xbox do. So why aren't we cross-playing? They're both controller. Your player count would go up for both sides. It's like beneficial. Xbox have one, PlayStation have one, but no, we don't want to do that. I don't understand why. Career mode. Oh my god. It needs fixing. Why is it the most boring career mode ever? Why am I fighting 56-year-old Charles Oliveira or 71-year-old Daniel Cormier? It doesn't make sense. And the fact that you are not allowed to go for a 3-weight championship. Come on, if I've dominated both divisions as a double champ, let me go up a weight class. I don't want to stay around and just keep winning and winning. As well as trash talk press conferences. We need stuff like that in career mode. Oh my god. It's just, they hype up career mode so much and it has such little detail. They could make the ultimate GOAT mode possible and they just cannot be bothered. Section 2, what UFC 5 does wrong. Now this is my favourite one. The game officially needs to become a simulation game and not an arcade game. UFC 5 is a mix between arcade and simulation. Now if you don't know what that is, guys, arcade is very fast paced, bit flimsy, arcade based striking. You can kind of picture it in your head. Not realistic, as we say. Simulation is realism. So, for example, it takes longer to knock someone out. Every shot actually counts. A knockdown is rare, but it happens. Stuff like that. People want realism now, because when you're putting ranked on arcade and simulation, people are getting annoyed at how the game is turning out. Even the movement as well. They're always sliding across the octagon. There's no footwork. Everyone has the same pattern. It's just very arcadey, as if I've walked into like an arcade store in the 1990s, turned on a massive jumbo box machine and started playing it on there. It doesn't actually feel realistic. Number 2, character uniqueness. Like, why do most characters have the same sort of stance, the same sort of punches, the same hooks, the same movement? Every human being is different. Hamzat does not punch the same as Robert Whittaker. How they defend, like Poirier with his elbows, Jones with his hands out poking you in the eye, stuff like that. Like, genuinely just have them have their proper movement. It's not hard. They could literally code that into the game. Number 3, overall ratings. We're getting rid of the star systems. They've got to go. It's absolutely tragic how we rank star fighters. Like, for example, here, I'm on the roster. We're in lightweight, okay? Beneil Dariush is ranked here 4.5 star. Jiu-Jitsu, he's in the top fighters of lightweight. But so is Charles Oliveira. Charles Oliveira has not only beat Beneil Dariush, as a UFC lightweight champion, has multiple defenses. Dariush's best win in the past 2 years is Renato Moicano. He's on a downslide anyways, and there's no way bro is a 4.5 star. Same here with Michael Chandler. Michael Chandler is officially here in the bottom 10 in UFC lightweight. He's rated a 4.5 star. But Arman Sarukian, who I don't like, but is also in number 1, he's one of the two, is 4.5 star as well. How does that make sense? Go back to overalls. We need to have it where they're actually rated based on themselves. An 89 rated Paddy Pimblett, a 93 rated Charles Oliveira. It makes so much more sense. Number 4, the grappling detail needs to go back to UFC 3. Having options in the clinch, in every sort of scenario, back control, back sitting, just more controls. You literally could clinch someone up and, you know, flick the right stick right to tie clinch, double under, over and underhooks. Realistic things they do in real life. They just took out the game and put in UFC 5 nothing. You literally press a button to clinch, and to get out of it, you have to get a lucky punch or walk backwards. It's ridiculous. I just can't believe they downgraded that. What? Who sat there in the studio and went, yeah, do you know what? Let's just get rid of some controls. Number 5, striking realisticness. Oh my god. The amount of times I've been hit by a hook, been knocked out, and I still have head health. And the amount of forward pressure someone can put on and keep you on the back foot without you even having one advancement in a fight. Even when you're pulling the left stick forward and still striking, the game doesn't reward you. The striking, just as soon as you're getting a couple of shots to the head, you know, for some reason you're on the back foot, you need to be able to let it, that people can walk back and forth on each other and land good shots and still come back forward. Sometimes as well, you need to allow it that if a good shot lands, it's over. Stop, like, how am I landing 8 knockdowns in 10 out of 11 fights? That's ridiculous. That doesn't happen in real life. Don't put it in the game, because people get annoyed at that. Number 6, a little bonus one here. Where's the other referees? Why is Herb Dean working 24 hours a day? Don't get me wrong, his paycheck is probably insane, but he doesn't get a day off. On UFC 3, a game that came out 4-5 years ago, we could select referees. But the newer installments don't have that. That just shows they've been sat in the studio and gone, I can't be bothered. It's unrealistic. We had Yves Levine, we had Dan Mergliotta. Where are the other ones? Come on. Additional things that I think would bring back old players. Number 1, a very cool feature, in my opinion, that would be added. Create your own shorts. How cool would that be? Rather than going on the store or unlocking custom shorts, why can't we just make our own? Like, how sick would that be? Like, you just go in, make your own shorts, put it on your character, and you can fight in them. That would be badass. Number 2, and I mentioned this on a YouTube short, if you guys check out my clips, a Dana White / MyGM mode. A bit like WWE 2K, except you can control your own UFC company, or even just your own one. Hire fighters, sort out contracts, book fights, watch them or play in them. It'd be really cool. Deal with short notice pullouts, miss weights, just details like that. Get an idea of what it's like to be Dana White. I think it'd be pretty cool. Number 3, a community creations. Come on, I mentioned this on a YouTube short. 2K WWE do this. I have seen the most incredible 3D models that people upload from Instagram and everything and put them on the game or even replicate, and they have looked amazing. How cool would it be if we could upload them to a network and we could download them and have them on our game, share each other's ideas, each other's creations. Number 4, better knockout simulations. Ragdoll KOs are good, but they're not as good as UFC 2 and even UFC 3, I would say as well. The knockouts just need to be better. If I land a good head kick and it is clean and they fall to the floor and I come on and land 2 big shots, referees ending it. They're not taking 5, then sweeping and they just jump back up, or they suddenly have back sitting control because I missed 1 straight punch. That is crap. Nobody likes that. They can't be bothered. Okay, boys and girls, now that we have discussed everything that I believe UFC 6 needs to do, we're going to react to some of the fan-made game covers. Now, I've been using some of these on my YouTube clips, and I can tell you something now, guys. There has been some incredible UFC game covers. So let's rate some of them. Okay, so right here we have a Max Holloway-Topuria battle in the middle. I like the idea where they both point. They're both amazing strikers, very popular. You've got, Ilia Topuria, Zel Matador, Roses coming down in the backgrounds of the petals. I like that. I would give them probably a 6 out of 10. Bit more detail, a bit too dark on the bottom of the game cover. But if you genuinely look at it, I like the idea. And to put them two fighters on there would be pretty sick. So this one here is DGGFX. This guy creates the most insane alter egos and game covers, honestly. That's a pretty sick game cover. I can't lie. The only downside I would say about this is probably the 6. Make it a bit more related to the UFC's type of font. But, guys, honestly, I could see that being like a deluxe edition or a legendary edition, or even they call it Ilia Topuria edition. That's pretty cool. 2 belts, because he was the featherweight champion and is now the lightweight champion of the world. That one gets an 8 out of 10. That's a quality game cover. I'm liking the pictures here on the side as well of him actually cracking UFC legends. Volkanovski, Holloway, Oliveira. Another one here that I like, Alex Pereira. Now, Alex Pereira has actually been confirmed to be on the front cover, so it could genuinely look something similar to this. But, boys and girls, I'm liking this. I'm liking the green and yellow representing the Brazil. He's got the belt on. The only problem with Alex Pereira being on the cover with the belt is that he doesn't actually have it anymore, unless he beats Ankalaev. But, so, that's the only issue I'd have here. I'd say 7 out of 10. Nice colour, nice easy game, very simple. Yeah, pretty good. The Sean O'Malley one's pretty cool. Pink and purple, I'm liking the background. But I highly doubt we're having a Sean O'Malley game cover, especially now that he has lost both of his recent title fights. But it would have been cool when he was champ if they made like a, a special edition with him on it. But it's come later on after he's lost the belt. Now, we do have a John Jones one here. Now, John Jones has recently retired from UFC and has partially come back. I don't know why. But the point is, I doubt he'll be on the game cover. But I am liking this one here. Blue, red, the America colours. John Jones at the front. Some badass pictures of him with the belt. Octagon interview. Him outside of the octagon. And him doing the walk-off after he literally just choked out Cyril Gane. Pretty cool. I think with John Jones, it'd been cooler with 2 belts. Light heavyweight go and then having the heavyweight title as well. That'd been pretty cool. Now, boys and girls, this one here, I've seen myself loads of times. I've actually posted it on a YouTube short on my clips on my channel. And I do like this cover. I think it is very detailed, and I think EA could do something similar to this. He hasn't got the belt in the photo, so it doesn't matter. Alex Pereira has popularity to be in the gut front cover. But I like how it has half of him in fighter mode, half of him in warrior mode. I think that's pretty cool. But, boys, girls, if you would like me to do another video on UFC 6 and go into more detail as well, let me know in the comments. But this has been a breakdown of UFC 6 / UFC 5, technically. Comment below what you guys think needs to be on the game as well, and what EA need to do to save the company's run with gaming in UFC. Like and subscribe. Join all the socials in the description and the Discord. Boys and girls, see you later.